Tairo, you introduce yourself before your Honorable Ann and Honorable Maungu. This time a question, not a presentation. Thank you, yes. Honorable Orero.
Mimi naitwa Mwalimu Orero, mbunge wa Kibra. Bwana CS, our colleagues tell us that Mandera is 60% controlled by Al-Shabaab. Are you aware of this, and what are you doing? Two, I have seen that the last 1 week you deployed brutal force to deal with innocent demonstrators. If you can use this brutal force along the borders, don't you think you can stop these Al-Shabaabs? Now, three, is it such a coincidence that all heads of security apparatus in this country come from northern Kenya? And why have they failed to deal with the Al-Shabaabs? You have just said that you have stopped the opening of the border. That is theoretical. The border is not stopped, it is opened. And that is why we have Al-Shabaabs in this country. Why can't you advise the relevant authorities that this border should not be opened? Now, you have also said you are forming you have formed units which are scaled. You are saying you are going to form. This country is one of the countries, and we are highly ranked that we have special units. Now, why can't you use these special units to deal with the sophisticated Al-Shabaabs instead of using the special units to look for an armed people in this country? Now, lastly...
Order, Honorable Morero. Honorable Morero, you need to indicate who are unarmed and who have been looked upon.
The demonstrators like us.
You need to be...
yes. Is it in order to make security issues that are very pertinent to this country with the issues of demonstrations, where we end demonstrators armed against Article 37 of the Constitution that talks about peaceful demonstrations?
Yes, and I think, Orero, you need to know 37 teachers and more unreported have died. So we don't need to trivialize this with demonstrations. We know demonstrations are there, but we are talking about a very serious issue, and you introduce yourself as a teacher. So kindly address this issue of teachers, and I hope teachers are watching at you.
That is what I am saying, because it is the Al-Shabaabs attacking the teachers. In fact, when I was a teacher, I was being transferred to Northeast and I almost resigned. Because they have failed to protect the teachers in that area.
Chair.
Because of, please protect me, the chair. He will have his time. I know he was in NUT, I was also a member of the
union. Order members. Honorable Borero, stick to the questions so that we proceed. Order, Honorable Nataitum.
Okay, please protect me. And now, Bwana CS, when I look at your recommendation, you have used the term the TSC should. We want to be given timelines that the TSC must transfer the non-locals from Northeastern because of their lives. We cannot continue losing lives for teachers, yet the TSC will still drag their feet from transferring these teachers. We must have timelines. You must talk to the CEO of this TSC, and we must know when these teachers are going to be transferred. Thank you.
Yes. 2 questions, members, so that because of time, Honorable Gisairo, only 2.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Clive Gisairo, Member of Parliament, Kitutu Masaba. Bwana CS, looking at your recommendation, we can feel there's a sense of hopelessness coming from your end. You've mentioned things like flight tickets. How many airports do you have in Northeastern? What's the distance from between the nearest school to the farthest airport? Because that is not a solution. They're being killed in Northeastern, so they can also be killed between the school and the airport. You've mentioned about pooling of teachers in one location. In your report, teachers are being killed in police station. So what is it that you're doing different while you pull them that they will be safer? Another one is resolving, you've said you'll resolve the insecurity in northern Kenya permanently. Bwana CS, all of us have around 5 years in office, be it elected or you as a CS. What is the timeline? We have 4 years to go. Are you planning to achieve this, or will the government achieve this within this term, or what is the probable timelines? And lastly, we've seen how many teachers have been killed. You are able to say whether it's attackers, some cases you've stated to be Al-Shabaab. How are you able to disseminate that these are Al-Shabaab and these are just local attackers who have their own issues against non-local teachers? How many have you brought to book, or is your ministry just taking statistics? How many of the attackers have been brought to book as of today? Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Marada.
Two, we will neutralize all the rest of our national security, wherever they come from. Therefore, I want to agree with the member for Kibra that we must be ruthless with all the rest of our national security. And that's why I assured the country we will fix the problem. I have already told you, without saying so many things, that there are some things we are working on, including the modernization of equipment. And the less these things are discussed, the better. Get it from us. We will not spare any effort, because allowing the prevailing situation to escalate will be giving up our country to evil people and to criminals. I have promised the country that we will fix the problem in the north in the coming weeks, in the coming months, and you will see activities, you will read about them, you will see us. My request is we do not politicize the law enforcement, and threats to national security, wherever they come from, should be treated as such, whether they are from Al-Shabaab, whether they are from political fundamentalists or extremists to do damage to the country's security, we'll treat them as such. And as soon as the country stabilizes, we have no business even engaging with politicians, because that's not our forte. Chair, I take offense as a Kenyan when we accuse public officers on the basis of certain heads of security agencies coming from somewhere. These are officers of the Republic of Kenya, and I think that discussion is unhealthy. The moment you attach ethnicity to a commander or a leader of a security agencies, you are jeopardizing the national interest. So I will not venture into that discussion. The border is not open. The border is not open. Is the border porous? Yes. What are we doing about it? As we speak, we have a team that is trying to, Amotage is a team that is around, the border from last week. And we are going to see how we can enhance our border control and border management system. But the allegation that the border between Kenya and Somali is open are not true. I am the minister in charge of borders. I have not presided over the opening of any border post, and that policy, which was put in place in 2011, has not been revised, not by cabinet, not by the National Security Council, and not by the minister. The rest is politics.